One of the Son of Sam survivors is speaking out tonight for the first time in 15 years. Police had always told Carl Denaro that David Berkowitz is the one who shot him. But now Denaro has serious doubts. Investigative reporter Mike Mason is in our newsroom and has this exclusive report tonight. Mike?
Jackie, after watching our first report, Denaro now wants to tell his story. He has done some of his own investigating since he was shot in the back of the head in 1976. And now he is calling on police to reopen the Berkowitz case and prove this was all a big conspiracy. In October of 1976, 20-year-old Carl Denaro was on a late-night date. He and his girlfriend parked their car in Queens, and a few minutes later, their whole world changed.
I thought the car exploded.
Instead, a shooter had just emptied 5 .44 caliber rounds into the car, hitting Denaro in the back of the head. His girlfriend wasn't hit, so she quickly sped off. Denaro survived, but his scars will never heal.
It's a big horseshoe, a horseshoe scar, and then there's a couple staples, 8 staples going around, and like 250 stitches.
At the time, police didn't know who David Berkowitz was. Then, a year later, the infamous Son of Sam serial killer was arrested, and Berkowitz pled guilty to killing 6 people and wounding 7 others. That included Carl Denaro.
I'd like to know who shot me.
You don't know if it's Berkowitz?
I'm about 99.9% sure it wasn't him.
Denaro says he has good reason to believe Berkowitz was not acting alone.
I run into, I don't know, 10, 20, 30 detectives that on off record will tell me they know that other people were involved.
I was shot in the head. I was shot right in my left eye.
Robert Violante is also a survivor and was told by police that Berkowitz is the one who shot him. However, he told WPIX he's not so sure.
The guy that was parked in front of me and he witnessed the shooting, he described somebody totally different from Berkowitz.
Witness descriptions and police sketches of the Son of Sam were also different. In the past, former Queens District Attorney John Santucci has said even he thinks Berkowitz did not act alone.
It has crossed my mind that this .44 caliber pistol that was the weapon used in the shootings that we witnessed was passed around among a number of people.
And in the mid-90s, Berkowitz himself has said there were others who also committed the murders.
I did not pull the trigger at every single one of them.
Since then, he has once again changed his story. Berkowitz also blames his murderous rage was fueled by his involvement with members of a satanic cult. That's why many wonder if they were also involved.
We had determined to bring New York City to its knees.
Do you think they should reopen the case?
I believe they should reopen the case.
Why?
Well, because I think there's people who were involved are still out there.
Denaro was shot right on this corner in Flushing, Queens. There's other residents here who share his opinion that there was more than one gunman involved.
They pinned it on one guy, basically.
And do you think there's more than one person?
I do, yeah, I do.
Despite the circumstances, Denaro says he has managed to move on with his life.
It just kind of gives you a whole different outlook on taking every day as it comes.
And Berkowitz also has a different outlook. Today he says he's a born-again Christian.
Had a personal encounter with God Almighty right inside the prison house.
Do you really believe he's a born-again Christian?
Yes, I do. I do.
What would you say to Berkowitz today?
Why don't you come out and say who else was involved?
Berkowitz is set to go before the parole board again this May, but he told PIX News exclusively that he has no desire to seek parole this time around. Jim?